駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Good job today, Kaido. Sorry to make you go to the trouble. Sorry to make you go to the trouble.
いいわよ、気にしないで。
It was a couple of days after Hibiki stayed over. I contacted Kaido and met up with her at the academy.
それより当の急に呼び出して何かあったの？
Definitely not anything to do with your sister or cousin or whatever. Oh, I wouldn't say anything happened.
ひょっとして響が絡んでる？
No, I definitely not. Well, more or less.
そういえば噂で聞いてるけど、ここ最近響がほぼ毎日あんたの家に行ってるって本当？
What? Rumors? Who's spreading them? Is it Ritsu? What do you mean? What do you mean rumors? Yeah, that's true. It's true.
毎日二人で何してるわけ？
She barges into my house, watches movies, and then goes home.
それ自分の家でよくない？
Yeah, but it's not the same because she justifies it by saying that her parents wouldn't let her watch those movies because they're not, I don't know. I said the same thing, but she didn't want to watch them with her parents.
あの子、両親とは馬が合わないからな。
You don't say. Kaido was Hibiki's cousin, so she would have heard about her discord with her parents.
ま、それはいいや。今日呼び出した要件は？
Isn't it your turn to pick our next youth collective activity?
そうね、あさってよ。
I know you're holding an Aikido trial session, but I'd like to do some training ahead of time. Could you put me into shape? Well, that's something I would prefer Kaido does, Nagiko does in her own route, not in Hibiki's route. But keep it close to your chest. Is that meant to be? Never mind.
胸を貸す？
That was my joke, Nagiko, okay? Stop stealing it. Even though just because I didn't say it, alright, just because I didn't say the joke doesn't mean that I didn't think it. Doesn't mean that I didn't almost say it.
そうの、私の胸を見てエッチなことを殺す。
That's not what I meant. I panicked and explained the meaning of what I'd said while she was seething.
つまりこっそりと合気道体験会の予習をしておきたいってこと？
I thought you were trying to explain the expression of speech, not what you actually meant. Exactly. Which is why I'd like your help.
いい心がけじゃない。私は別にいいわよ。
And nothing to do with your chest. That's for your route. That's for your route, not for Hibiki's. Awesome. Please and thank you.
でもどうして予習しようなんて思ったわけ？遠野って青春部の活動には関わりたがってないんだなって思ってたんだけど。
That's because, well, I don't want to look pathetic.
見せたくない？誰に？
To myself, I guess. And to Hibiki. I finished it off with a smug look.
何それ似合わない。あんた、何かごまかしてるでしょ。
No, it's nothing like that. I was hoping she wouldn't pry.
まあいいけどね。みっともないところを見せたくないなら、今日と明日で仕上げないと。みっちりコースとあっさりコース、どっちがいい？
The lightweight course is what I wish I could pick, but the intensive course, please.
真剣なんだ。
Yeah, he seriously wants to impress Hibiki. Yes, I suppose.
どんな心変わりがあったのか知らないけど、悪くないわ。その心意気に応えて、みっちりしごいてあげる。
Please be gentle. Please don't be gentle. I mean, yeah, please be gentle. Several hours later, at that point, I had no way of knowing I would wind up regretting my decision from the bottom of my heart. Listen, you're only a few steps away from CBT, which is for Nagiko's route only, but it'll help you train for the bedroom with Hibiki. Never mind.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Oh, ow, ow, ow. I practically dragged my aching muscles toward the academy. My balls. Why did my balls hurt so much? She didn't even step on them that hard. I mean,
遅いわよ、ユウ。何おじいちゃんみたいにヨボヨボ歩いてるの？
Hibiki had gone a bit ahead of me, then got tired of waiting and looped back around. Consider it old man roleplay.
何それ？意味わかんない。
Listen, the things that Nagiko and you did together, you don't need to worry about.
あのさ、ユウがのんびりしてるせいで待ち合わせ時間に遅れそうなんだけど、ユウは私がいないと何もできないの？
Hibiki was cranky today, and that was because...
まったく、一昨日も昨日もユウは家にいないし。
Oh, he's been getting his balls... he got his balls stepped on 48 hours straight. I thought he at least got an 8-hour break in between. Never mind.
何をしてたのか聞いても全然教えてくれないし。しかも今日はおじいちゃんプレイとか何なの？誰得なわけ？私に隠れてこそこそ何してるのよ。
It seemed she had come over to hang out yesterday and the day before it. I hadn't been home since I dropped in to Kaido's place to practice. I have a secret or two of my own.
やだ、ユウに秘密なんて許さない。あんたには私の求めに応じて全てを明らかにする義務があるの。
I can see this going either two ways, or one of two ways. Either his plan completely fails, or his plan completely fails and all of this work is pointless, or he actually does impress Hibiki. Who knows? I'm hoping it's the latter, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the former. With this game. Am I your slave or something?
え？違うの？
I mean... What? I'm not. And hey, I'm sick of the stereotypical comebacks.
とにかく、私は気に食わないの。隠すならせめてバレないように嘘をつきなさいよ。それが優しさってものじゃない？
It sounds like a line a wife would say when she learns her husband is cheating.
そうね。もし私を差し置いて浮気なんてしたら、命がけで隠した方がいいわよ。
And you are cheating. You should be getting stepped on by Hibiki, not Nagiko. But Hibiki's more metaphorical compared to Nagiko's literal. Never mind.
バレたら死ぬから。
Huh?
当然よね。浮気する男に人権なんてないし。どうしてやろうかな。楽しみだな。
She was seriously suggesting turning this into a bizarre murder route. We aren't doing school days, okay? Everyone was already waiting for us at the meetup spot.
やーす、なに？
おはよう、響。なんでトーノと一緒に来てるの？
一度ユンチに寄ってから来たから。
仲いいわね。
おうよ。でも今日は喧嘩中だけどね。
そうなの？
Kaido quickly looked at me. She's upset because I wasn't home the past 2 days. Because I was cheating on her with you. Never mind.
それだと私が理不尽に怒ってるみたいじゃない。私が腹立ててるのは、ユウが私に隠し事をしてるからよ。ユウのくせに秘密とかありえないから。
どっちにしろ理不尽じゃない？
Common sense is lost on her, Kaido.
トーノ、あんたも大変ね。
You're the only one that gets it, Kaido.
私を差し置いて何二人で分かり合ってるの？
Hibiki turned sulky.
それよりユウ、りっちゃんはどうしたんだ？
そういえば一緒じゃないね。
Ritsu's feeling under the weather, so she's taking the day off.
風邪でもひいたの？
She said her stomach hurts. Ah, classic excuse.
変なものでも食ったのかね？
こら、神楽坂。ちょっとは察しなさいよ。
え、何を？
When a girl says her stomach hurts, it usually meant you know what. No, that's not that's not a thing that happens in visual novels, alright? Especially not I don't want the visual. I don't like seeing the visual. Oh, I don't like visualizing it.
さて、無神経な神楽坂は置いといてそろそろ行こっか。
Good call.
ねえ、待って。俺なんか変なこと言った？無神経ってどういうこと？誰か教えてくれよ！
Listen, Shinji doesn't know because the only women he can actually interact with are children who don't get that and old people who also don't get that. So, you know, he doesn't know what it is. We ignored Shinji and headed to Kaido's place.
はえ、自宅にこんな道場があるなんてすごいっすね。
Yeah, they have an entire background for this place. That's definitely not going to be used frequently in Kaido's route, Nagiko's route.
ひじり、撮影はほどほどにね。
どこもわびさび聞いててインスタ映えしまくりじゃないっすか。これは撮らなきゃ損っすよ。
Also, I didn't bring this up before, but Inusta Grammable, it's very close to just being the way it's pronounced, right? Because what would it be? Instagram would be like Instagramu, right? And you just put the U in front of the S, and now it's completely different, right? But everything else is the same.
あいつ、一体何しに来たんだ？
With her phone in hand, Hijiri wandered off to take pictures. Kaido, let's leave Hijiri be and get started without her.
そうね。
なぎ、いつものあれよろしく。
あれはちょっと合気道っぽくないというか。
いいからやるの。
わかったわよ。それじゃあみんな用意はいい？行くよ。風見学園
青春スパーキング。
Listen, I don't know why Riri got the short end of the stick with this, where... Oh, who was it? Ritsu and Nagiko were able to do this privately. I mean, it was done on the beach, right? But there wasn't anyone else around. And then there's Riri, who had to do it in a fucking... I was gonna say full, but like a semi-crowded park, you know. So, what are we doing first?
すみません、カイドウ先輩。私、激しく体を動かしたりするのは苦手なのですが。
Is it because you're nerfed by the you-know-whats on your chest?
右に同じく。
大丈夫よ。うちは厳しくないから。
Well, that's because she is a VTuber, so she doesn't have things on her chest preventing her from being as yeah, what's the word? Athletic as possible?
この道場では子供相手の合気道教室をやってるの。子供は本格的に合気道を習うというより、運動しながら武道の心構えを学んでもらうのがメインになるわ。
入門編ということですか。
そうよ。怪我をされたら困るからね。あとは女性にいざという時の護身術として合気道を教えたりもしてる。まあ最初に教えるのはどう逃げ切るかなんだけどね。
やっぱり男性には勝てないものなんですか？
Yeah, the perfect self-defense for women is run, gun, and stun gun. Never mind. I was trying to find a rhyme, but taser doesn't really rhyme, and so I just rhymed gun with gun. I hate myself.
小欲大を制すなんて言葉もあるけど、それは理想論だから。
Oh, well, the difference between David versus Goliath and petite woman versus average-sized man is that the David in that situation doesn't have a weapon. Doesn't have a projectile weapon that she can use to defend herself against the man, the Goliath.
相手に捕まりそうになった時、最後の手段としてギリギリ使えるかどうか。合気道に限らず、護身術なんてどれもその程度よ。
Especially considering that let's be honest here, guys. Most of these martial arts do not work in real life. Alright? Very few of them can actually be used in self-defense situations. And I'm exclusively referring to when the opponent is barehanded. Alright? Because if the opponent has a knife, you better forget about any martial arts you've learned and just book it, all right? Or pick up, find a weapon of your own to defend yourself against.
でもカイドウ先輩なら神楽坂先輩くらい簡単にねじ伏せられるんすよね。
おい、その例えはやめろ。
どうかな。神楽坂が本気で私を押し倒そうとしてきたら五分五分かも。腕力や体重の差はまず超えられないから。
それって俺でもカイドウ先輩を倒せるってこと？
何？やる気なの？
いや絶対やりませんって。
I'm not gonna say I would do it hoping that she would throw me around, but I mean you've heard the things I've been saying. Shinji quickly slunk away.
さてと、それじゃあ始めよっか。最初は経験者の組手を見て合気道の仕組みを理解してもらいます。そしたら一人ずつ私と組手をやって簡単な投げ技を体験してもらって終わり。そんな感じでいこうと思ってるけど大丈夫そう？
はい、それならできそうです。私もおそらくは。
はい、俺は無理です。組手ってことは至近距離でカイドウ先輩と触れ合うってことですよね。それは嫌だ。だって怖いし。
大丈夫よ。神楽坂は遠野に指導してもらうから。
え、本当に？はい、よかった
ちょっとナギ、本気で言ってるの？いくらユウが経験者だって言ってもナギの代わりが務まるわけないでしょ。
心配ないよ。意外と筋はいいから。
Yeah.
じゃあ遠野、こっちに来て。まずは私と組手。
Right. Yeah, I can pick up on these things very quickly. I'm just that gifted in terms of when it comes to Aikido. I definitely didn't train for 2 days to I don't know, impress Hibiki. I still don't. I'm just assuming, all right? Come on, Shinji. You can put up more resistance than that.
なんだこれ、力が入らない。
Shinji should have gotten a hold of my arm, but he bent backward and completely compromised his stance. I mean, yeah, most of these martial arts that what's the word? That use grapples and throws and stuff like that, right? They usually use the opponent's body weight to their advantage, right? It's interesting, right? But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is probably one of the best martial arts to learn for self-defense, still, you know, you'd still have trouble against someone with a weapon. I know I'm bringing it up again, but like, you know, hammering the point, right? I turned his arm around and held it to his chest. After that, all it took was a gentle push to send him falling onto the tatami mat.
すげえ。何をされたのかわからなかった。
Turn her opponent's strength against them, compromise their stance, and toss them. And that's all there is to it. Aikido is closer to like judo than it is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Right? It incorporates more throws than grapples. I mean, as you've seen from Nagiko throwing around you. As long as you memorize the form, anyone can do this much.
マジかよ。合気道って面白いな。でもさ、言うて小学生の頃にちょっとやっただけなんだろ？その割によく覚えてるよな。さすがカイドウ先輩に筋がいいって言われるだけはある。
Yeah, he's just that gifted. I guess. I realized then that a rather displeased Hibiki was watching me. What's wrong, Hibiki? You free?
あんた、どうしてそんなに上手なわけ？もしかして私がいない間に通ってたとか？
No, I quit almost immediately after you transferred. Yeah, that's why he was easily thrown around during the coming out by Nagiko. I'd been coming here the last 2 days, though.
おかしい。私の知ってるユウはもっとどんくさかった。
I've grown a lot, and I'm taller than you now, too. I was thinking it might be nice to start up Aikido again. If I got a girlfriend. Is this really the angle he's going down? It would mean I would have a way of protecting her, you know? That was my ultimate goal. I would practice in secret to show Hibiki my cool side. I would get her to understand I was a touch different from who I'd been in elementary school. So I was right, it was to impress Hibiki. There's a weird way to do it, but sure. But I already said, Aikido for self-defense? Against an unarmed opponent, maybe? And, well, him being a guy, right, there's still, while he doesn't have the size advantage, right, he'd probably be on the same playing field as someone, as the average guy. He would still fare better against an unarmed opponent. But if you add a knife into the mixture, good luck. I was positive that would improve her impression of me. Yeah, but she's gotten suspicious of you because, you know, you haven't spent time with her in the past 2 days. Hibiki, if anything happens to you, I'll protect you. That's Riz right there. Oh, she was turning red. Perfect. Or like the movie? Never mind. Now let your heart race more for me.
何よ、ユウのくせに生意気よ、生意気。あんたなんか大嫌い。
Huh?
少しガタイが良くなったからって調子に乗らないでよね。あんたなんて私の手にかかれば簡単に倒せるんだから。
Had my plan backfired? I thought showing her my cool side might improve her opinion of me a little. Maybe you were less cool, more arrogant. Yeah. But you know, you tried, and it still worked. He's just being a tsundere about it.
さあユウ、私と組手よ。
Hey, stop. One of us will get hurt if you lose your temper. Hibiki suddenly grabbed my arm.
うっさい、倒れろ。
Uh-huh. Is this your full strength? Hibiki twisted my arm to try and topple me, but she was surprisingly weak. Hibiki really was a girl, wasn't she?
何をバカにしてこうなったら
Hey, grabbing clothes is against the rules. Is it? Hang on a minute. Sure, you know what? Let's go with it. She tugged at my clothes and climbed on top of me with her full body weight. So you're gonna try to get him to fall over by putting your entire body weight on his shoulders?
倒したわよ
What are you doing? What you're doing has nothing to do with Aikido anymore.
バカねそんなの当たり前でしょ襲ってきた暴漢に合気道の型にないからなんて言い訳は通じないわ
I mean, she has a point there.
つまり対応できなかったユウは未熟者ってことよ
That's true, but whoa. This time she put an arm around my neck and took a stance resembling a judo arm lock.
姉ちゃん俺といいことしようぜ
Yuki's face was right in front of mine. Quit the weird skits and let go.
いやよ
Guys, not in front of everyone else, alright? Get a room, you two. The huffs of Hibiki's sighs hit my face. Crap, I might not be able to fully endure this. Hibiki, time out.
ほらほら姉ちゃんキスしちゃうぞ
Get a room, you two. You're still going along with the gag? With that gag? Wait, she was getting really close to my mouth. Wait, are you seriously gonna kiss me?
降参する
Listen. You just lean into it, alright? You've already kissed her before, you know. What would change if you did it again? Just because you do it in front of everyone this time doesn't mean that it's gonna change that much. Okay, I lied. It'll change a lot if you actually kissed her. No, never.
かな負けず嫌いなんだから
Right back at you.
姉ちゃんかわいいじゃねえかよ
Hibiki legitimately had no intention of stopping. Oh well, might as well teach her a lesson.
さあ観念して
Hibiki let out an adorable scream. I knew Hibiki's sides were her weak spots.
何するのよ卑怯でしょ
Those excuses won't mean squat to hoodlums who attack me, was it?
確かに
I put my finger gently against her side, and Hibiki twisted around ticklishly.
いやちょっとやめてすごくたいから
Alright guys, this is getting a little weird. I've already said to get a room. Probably shouldn't be doing this in front of everyone else. They're just watching them everyone is just watching you and Hibiki silently. I'll stop as soon as you let go.
やだあんたが負けを認めるまで絶対に離さないんだから言うのくせにもういやダメだってば
Are these still meant to be laughs? Or giggles? She couldn't handle my tickle attack any longer and finally released me. Finally free. One out, I stood up and...
師匠あんたねGo to hell
ゆう、お前な。
Huh? What? What was all that? What's with all of you?
イチャつくにも程があんだろ。
Through that, Shinji.
見ろよ、小日向のエロい悲鳴で凍りついた空気を。
Why did it feel like everyone was looking at a pile of garbage?
響大丈夫？
ユウにいじめられた。
No, I didn't. You bullied me.
ナギ、ユウに教育的指導。
はーい。
Please, hold on, Senpai. I'm being falsely accused. I mean, you can still throw me, but like, you know, not under false pretenses. Oh, I mean...
うんうん。響にも問題があったのは知ってる。
Okay, good. Maybe you can throw me.
でも公衆の面前で響にエロい声を出させたのは良くなかったよね。
She just did that on her own. I mean, that's also true.
遠野くん、その言い訳はちょっと。
Even Kashima was on Hibiki's side.
いいから、とにかくこっちに来なさい。
Listen, alright? Hibiki could have let go at any moment and he would have stopped tickling her, alright? And then she wouldn't have had to moan like that. So, you know, I refuse.
来いって言ってるでしょ。
Forget it.
あ、逃げるなこら
This is weird. It wasn't supposed to be like this. He's using the ancient Joestar technique. I ran outside as fast as I could.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
What an eventful day. And the worst
今日
part
は自治会のお手伝いよ。みんな来てる？
is that there wasn't even a single CG in that dojo. Yeah, I'm here.
まあ、ユウはどうでもいいとして。
Why? Following the Aikido trial session, Hibiki had stopped coming to hang out at my place. And she was apparently angry with me.
遠野、響にちゃんと謝ったの？
I apologized on Lynn. Kato spoke to me discreetly and I replied just as stealthily. Yeah, that was stealthy. But she left me on red.
そう。ああなるとめんどくさいわよ、響は。
I know. I think so too. She was sociable, good-humored, and didn't sweat the small things. But once she'd snapped, she turned into the world's biggest pain in the ass. She didn't know when to give up.
それじゃあリリー、進行お願いね。はい。今日はこの風見町自治会からのご依頼で防災訓練のお手伝いをします。まずは避難場所までの誘導、足腰が不自由なご老人の介助などですね。ここは本当に坂が多いので単独での移動が難しい場合はおんぶが必要になるかもしれません。
そん時は俺とユウを使ってくれ。こんな時の男手だ。そうだろ、ユウ。
You gotta...
ありがとうございます。頼りにしてますね。
Hibiki's stare hurt.
さーて、それじゃあいつものやりましょう。リリー、よろしく。はい、今日は一日よろしくお願いします。風見学園。
Thank God she doesn't have to say it while surrounded by a group of strangers. But, well, that sounds weird. You know what I mean?
青春スパーキング。
Kakenuke Station Sparking.
よし、着いた。
Shinji and I carried some of the more frail senior citizens on our backs all the way to the park.
すまんな。いや、情けない。
No. Please don't worry about it.
ごめんね。重かっただろ？
いいんだってばあちゃん。困った時はお互い様だろ。いつでも力になるからさ。何でも言ってよ。
ありがとうね。いい子だね。ほんと、あたしの孫にしたいくらいだよ。
孫だと思って頼ってくれていいぜ。
Alright, we'll be off then. We said goodbye, then headed back together.
いやー、じいちゃんとばあちゃん喜んでたけどさ、これって防災訓練なんだよな。
Yeah, it really does.
つまりあの二人に何かあった時は誰かがそばにいないと、ここまで避難できないってことだろ？もし地震とか豪雨とかあったらやばいじゃん。俺、すぐにあの二人のとこに行くわ。
You've really got the cool guy act down. You're suave, empathetic, and you're an all-around nice guy.
なんだよ、やめろよ。照れるだろ。
You'd be crazy popular if you acted that way toward girls your own age.
いいんだよ、モテなくて。俺さ、恋愛云々じゃなくて、もっと純粋な人間同士のつながりが好きなんだよ。恋愛って腹の探り合いみたいなことをしなきゃいけないだろ。俺、そういうの嫌なんだよね。誰かに優しくしたら他の誰かが傷つくとか、そんなめんどくさすぎるっての。みんながみんなに優しくして、みんながハッピー。これが俺の理想なんだよ。なのにさ、年頃の女子は俺の描いた理想郷に邪念を差し挟むわけ。そんなのこっちがノーサンキューだっての。ピッピッ。
Excuse me? The adolescent girls are injecting wicked thoughts into the ideal land I've envisioned. What? Okay. You really are the tremendously disappointing sort of cool guy.
さいわ。余計なお世話だわ。お前は俺より自分の心配しろよ。
What do you mean?
いや、小日向と喧嘩っていうか、感じ悪いじゃん。
Oh, Hibiki's just bent out of shape. Leave her be and she'll come out of it.
はあ、お前ってやつは。あんま人のこと言える立場じゃないのは分かってるけどさ。でも言う。お前もかなり残念だからな。
What are you talking about?
いや、いいんだ。気にするな。お前には今のまま、残念なままでいてほしい。
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? What's disappointing? Tell me.
やだね。お前が完璧人間になったら劣等感が半端ないからな。俺もお前も残念ボーイ。それでいいじゃないか。
Quit screwing around. I refuse to be lumped together with you.
照れんなよ、相棒。
Shinji ran off into the circle where the people from the residents association were. He sure ran his mouth enough. There was no way I was disappointing. Yeah, keep saying that. Keep telling yourself that.
残念っす。
Oh.
どちらかというと残念ですね。お兄ちゃん、自覚なかったの？
Why? I asked the others of their opinion, and that was their response.
師匠。
You don't think so, right, Kashima?
マジック以外はかなり残念かと。
Oh no! Just like the ancient Joestar technique, he is now quoting Joseph Joestar. You feel the same way, Kashima? Enlighten me then. In what way am I disappointing? Where do we even start? Never mind.
みんなで青春しようって言ってるのに、投資勉強会とか出してくるあたりっすね。
No, you think about it. Money's important.
そういうとこだよ、お兄ちゃん。
Seriously, man. Man, that's a bummer. I'm better than Shinji though, right?
そうやって人と比べて安心したがる先輩、クソ雑魚なめくじって感じで最高っすね。
Shut up, you dog type. This was pointless, and I wasn't going to stick around any longer. I wandered around hoping for something to make me feel better when I catch sight of Hibiki.
響ちゃん、野菜の方は用意できたかい？
もう少しで切り終わるわよ。
She was making curry with the elderly men from the Residents Association. You were scheduled to eat with everyone who took part in the disaster prevention drills once we were all done. Hibiki, is there anything I can help with?
そうね。じゃあ私のことを褒めたたえてくれる？神や仏を崇めるかのようにね。
Oh, she was over her bad mood. She was over her bad mood.
いやー、お兄さん。カレーの匂いにつられてきたのかな。
Not a man with salt and pepper colored hair. Really? Spoke to me. Yeah, I thought about lending a hand.
では、もう少ししたら配膳をするので、ご飯をよそってくれますか？
Absolutely.
おっと、自己紹介が遅くなりましたね。僕は葉山です。ここの自治会長をしております。
I'm Yutono. Pleased to meet you.
今回はお手伝いに参加してくれてありがとう。僕ももう年でね、腰にガタきてしまって、おじいさんやおばあさんを背負うのも大変なんです。だから若手の力があって本当に助かりました。ほら、今時の子はこういう近所の寄り合いとか参加したがらないでしょ。
まあ、リリが誘ってくれなかったらやってないわね。
Hey, Hibiki, you shouldn't say that.
いえ、いいんです。お気になさらず、響ちゃんのそういう素直なところ、僕は好きですよ。
でしょ？もっと好きになっていいわよ。
面白いですね、響ちゃんは。響ちゃんのような若手がもっといれば、自治会でもいろいろできるんですけど。
いろいろって？
いつもは夏に自治会でお祭りをやるんですよ。ここの公園を借りて地元のみんなで楽しむこじんまりとしたお祭りなんですけど。
ああ、知ってる。子供の頃はよく来てたわ。
When it came to summer festivals, the Tamaura festival they put on at the shrine was most popular. However, the neighborhood association, residents association, and the like would often use the same space to host smaller festivals.
でも今年はもうやらないでしょうね。
そうなの？
やりたいのは山々なんですが、僕も含めてみんな体にガタが来てましてね。
Oh, well, I guess we have to step up to help set up the festival. Yeah?
人手は足りないし、体力が持たないしで、いろいろ限界なんです。残念だけど、そろそろ潮時かなと。
そんな、やめちゃうなんてもったいないわ。人手がいるなら私が貸すわよ。やりましょうよ。
ありがとう。ただ、今年は夏に安全強化の工事をするとかで公園が使えないんです。やりたくても場所がなければ難しいね。
そう、それは残念ね。
まあ気にしないでください。もし響ちゃんが覚えていたら来年にでもやりましょう。
わかったわ。絶対覚えておく。会長こそ今の約束忘れないでよね。
大丈夫ですよ。響ちゃんとの約束を忘れるわけがないでしょう。こんな特徴的な子、最近は珍しいですよ。
そうなの？
今の若い子はみんなクールですよね。行儀はいいし、礼儀正しいし、すごく真面目なんです。ただ、なんというか、熱が足りないと言いますか、その点響ちゃんは目の輝きが違う。
Oh, Hayama really had a good read on Hibiki.
そうかな。私はやりたいと思ったことをやってるだけよ。
What's with you? It's not like you to be modest. It's not like you to be modest.
別に謙遜じゃないし。
I also think your passionate side is incredible. You're not the least bit timid, even with people you've just met, and you connect with them really fast. You're the complete opposite of Shiori. But you didn't hear me say that. I don't think you could ever do something like that. and I respect you like crazy for it.
何よ急に。
Well, I don't think I could ever do something like that.
そうそう、響ちゃんって距離を感じないんですよね。こんな可愛い子に警戒心ゼロで懐に入られたら、そりゃ僕みたいなおじさんはイチコロですよ。
ちょっと、二人ともやめてよ。
I do worry about her though.
わかります。悪い男に騙されないかすごく心配ですよ。
Hibiki underestimates her own charms.
ですよね。自分の溢れる魅力にあまり自覚がない。無防備だと思われて勘違いされないといいんですが。
気づいてるし、可愛いの利用してるし。
She objected with pink cheeks. You just think you're using it, but you aren't actually leveraging even a fraction of your potential.
いや、それでいいのかもしれないですよ。もし響ちゃんが自分の可愛さを 100% 生かしたら、男はみんな手玉に取られちゃいますって。
True, she's too perfect of a lady.
もう、どうして急にそんなおだてるのよ。二人して私をどうしたいわけ？
Didn't you tell me earlier to shower you with praise? Here's a good opportunity, so I thought it might be nice once in a while.
いいですね。僕も一口乗せてもらいましょう。響ちゃんには自分の魅力を理解してもらって、さらにその魅力を磨いてもらいたいですね。
Association President, you're a fine person. There weren't many people like him around who genuinely cared about others.
やめて、わかった。いいから、もういいから。お願いだから、もう褒めたたえるのやめて。
She pounded away at the cutting board with flushed cheeks.
ゆうくん、後でもう少し響ちゃんのことを話しませんか？
Sure, let's talk over curry.
やめろって言ってるでしょ。
Later, Hayama and I had a spirited discussion about Hibiki off in a corner of the park. What a weird conversation to have.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Thanks for the meal. I rose from my chair, leaving behind more than half of my meal.
あれ、どうしたの？
Sorry, I don't have much of an appetite.
もしかして。
Ritsu put her hand on my forehead.
暑い。お兄ちゃん風邪ひいてない？
Not sure.
薬飲んで早く寝た方がいいよ。だって明日は。
I know. I'll feel better by then. And in reality, he will not feel better by then. And Hibiki will take care of him, right? I didn't have time to get sick. Tomorrow was the Tamura festival after all. I crawled into bed and turned off the light. What a pain. I couldn't believe I had managed to catch a cold now of all times. It must have been because I fell asleep yesterday with the air conditioning running. My condition had been getting gradually worse ever since I woke up. My head was pounding. Combined with the fatigue, my focus was waning. I'm glad Hibiki didn't come over. I might have given her my cold if she had. I have to get better, and fast. Sick or not, there was no way I was going to miss the summer festival. We had made a promise after all. So tomorrow, I would go to the festival, even if I had to crawl there.
ねえ、お願い。起きてよ。
Flashbang. I cracked open my eyes, but my mind was still in a haze.
起
Hibiki? Hibiki?
よかった。目が覚めたのね。よかった。本当に、よかったよ。
Why am I here?
何も覚えてないの？あんた、鳥居まで泳いで行こうとして、溺れたって。
Oh, that's right.
もう、本当にバカなんだから。そんな危ないことして、死んじゃったらどうするのよ。
Sorry, Hibiki.
ねえ、ユウ。どうしてこんなことしたの？
I told her everything. About the shiny gemstones that had sunk along with the Tori Gate. About the legend which said two people would be bound together if they brought them back. And how I wanted to give Hibiki those gemstones for her birthday.
なんでよ。どうして誕生日プレゼントなんかのためにそこまで。
Because I can't make a vow to you otherwise. I had made a promise with Hibiki.
何よ。私とは結婚したくないっていうの？
Don't put a flashback in another flashback. You can't do that. That's illegal. It's not that. I think it's extremely difficult to promise to be together until we die, though. Is it okay for me to make that sort of promise to you right now?
はあ？じゃあいつならいいのよ。
After I become stronger, and maybe to protect you, Hibiki.
ユウが私を守る？
You're doing that for me right now. But I don't think it's right. I'm going to grow up and become a man who's a good match for you. I'll make my vow to you then. Hibiki might approve of me if I grow stronger. Only then would I be a suitable match for her. I had no right to date her otherwise.
ユウ、大丈夫？
Oh, this is. I thought my mind was I thought my mind still dazed, and overcome with fever. I was in my room, and I'd been dreaming.
ユウ、体調はどう？
I heard a nostalgic voice from off in the distance.
まったく、このタイミングで風邪ひくなんてバカね。
Why are you here, Hibiki?
リツから話を聞いて、お見舞いに来たの。
Oh, that's what it was.
それよりユウ、うなされてたみたいだけど。
I was dreaming. I told her about the time I had nearly drowned and washed ashore, only to be rushed to the hospital and have Hibiki at my bedside.
ああ、あれね。話を聞いたときは、心臓が止まるかと思ったわよ。二度とあんな思いはしたくないわね。
Sorry.
もう、笑い事じゃないでしょ？
I found out later it was somewhere between high and low tide, or ebb tide at the time. Logically speaking, it wouldn't have been strange if I'd been swept out to the open sea and gone missing. It was a miracle I'd managed to come back at all, but there was something even stranger about what had happened. I hadn't immediately regained consciousness despite the emergency crew's best efforts, only to suddenly wake up and begin to breathe again. It's amazing I was saved.
誰がユウを助けてくれたんだろうね。
The rescue workers, clearly.
それはそうだけど。まあ、いっか。
From what I had heard, a resident of the neighborhood had told my family who had gotten in touch with Hibiki.
とにかく、明日は私がユウの分もお祈りしてくるから、あんたは安静にしてなさい。
No, I'm going to. I had gone to visit Tomoura's shrine with Hibiki following the accident. We had offered our prayers, which was something along the lines of, "Thank you for letting me stay in this world. My survival had been a miraculous gift, and it had brought about the god of Tamaura Shrine." Hibiki and I both believed that. That was when we had made a joint decision. Whenever the summer festival came around, we would go to the shrine and pray together.
ダメよ。あんたは寝てなさい。
It'll be fine. Just watch. I'll be better by tomorrow. I promise to go with you after all.
ユウ、約束とかそんなこと気にしなくていいから。
You're the one saying that?
いいの。ユウ、お願いだから無理はしないで。私はユウが元気でいてくれたら、それでいいの。ユウと一緒に楽しいことができるなら、それで十分なの。ユウが生きててくれたら、それで満足なの。もう二度とあんなことが起こらないように、私がユウを守るから。ずっと私がユウのそばにいるから。だから、大丈夫。私に任せておいて。
Hibiki was clearly worried about me. That was why she was here. She had come by to check on me after finding out I'd caught a cold. Hibiki laughed close to my bedside, almost as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Was there anyone else in this world who cared so much about me? Would there ever be anyone else more worthy of dedicating my life to? Thanks, Hibiki.
はいはい。とにかくユウは全力で風邪を治して。
Yeah, I know. I'll get over this and we'll go to the summer festival together.
まだ言ってるの？工場なんだから。
It's fine. I feel well enough to go, right?
本当に治ったらね。
If I feel well enough to... It's fine if I feel well enough to go, right?
でも嘘をついたりごまかしてきたら、首根っこ捕まえてでも家に連れて帰るわよ。
Sounds good to me.
本当に。あんまり無茶しないでね、ユウ。
So she said, then gently petted my head. Thanks to Hibiki's warm gaze, my whole body felt like it was on fire. God, she was so freaking cute. Hey, Hibiki.
Hmm?
You said you'd be by my side forever, right? That's essentially a proposal.
は？まあ、ユウがそう思いたいなら好きにすれば？
Do you want me to give you an answer now or later? Hibiki flew back, practically ramming herself into the bookshelf on the other side of the room.
ちょっと待って！ Please wait! ここでそういう展開は想像してなかったから、心の準備ゼロなんですけど。いや、でも、ユウがその気になったんなら、その時がジャストタイミングってことよね。いいわよ。聞かせてもらおうかしら。
I couldn't help but feel tongue-tied when she immediately put her guard up like that. Hibiki.
はい。
The way I feel about you.
お兄ちゃん、おかゆ用意してきたよ。
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here, Ritsu! You're ruining the moment! Hibiki and I both fell flat over.
あれ、二人ともどうしたの？
Oh, nothing. Our spirits had been set to the absolute depths of hell.
お兄ちゃん、ちゃんと寝ないと治らないよ。
Sent to the absolute depths of hell.
響ちゃんもあんまりいると風邪うつっちゃうよ。そうよね。
It was no use. This wasn't the right mood to confess anymore. Hibiki, I'll see you tomorrow.
ああ、うん。今日はもう帰るわ。二人とも変なの。
I was super tired. Was I going to make it to my? Was I going to make it over my make it over my cold in time?